honour and keep her, in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, keep the union to her for as long as you both shall live.
I do.
Dear Melinda Jane Walker, by your own choice, enter into the union of marriage with John Richard Kinsman, and you promise to love, comfort, honour and keep him, in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, keep the union to him for as long as you both shall live. John Richard Kinsman, will you please repeat after me? It gives me great pleasure to say that you're now husband. Right, I now hand yours to my colleague for the signing of
We're going on around the tower. So it was almost a time before we actually how far that
I'm sorry to have brought you all inside after the glorious weather, but I would like to say a few words at this point of the proceedings. Can you all hear me from there? Yes. I've been asked to keep this short because I understand that many of you I don't think this is the right place to stand, really.
the music is finished, she's upset.
That many of you would like to climb Snowdon and get back again before the evening reception. So I don't want to stand in your way, so I'll do a very quick speech and then off you go. I'd like to say thank you, first of all, to all of you for coming along to share this special day with Richard and Melinda. I'd like to thank Mr. and Mrs. Welford for sharing their lovely house with us today. And I'd like to thank Duffy Hugh for providing such fine music for us all to enjoy. Traditionally, the bride's father is allowed to say whatever he likes about the bride for the first and only time in his life. Without any form... Oh.
That's the level.
Without any form of censorship. But I did have a word with Melinda, and she said, only as long as it's nice. Well, if you know Melinda, then it's bound to be nice. She's a remarkable young lady. she's scaled the heights of academia really, without ever getting lost in the clouds. She's a remarkably down-to-earth person in her approach to life. And she's always put the needs of others before those of herself. Her interests have been so wide-ranging that I'll mention one or two. Richard may not even know about some of them. Many years of karate.
Yes. No, well, that's that's why I'm never going to argue with that.
Northern clog dancing,
Oh.
which I hadn't realised was such a beautiful form of dance. Flute playing to bell ringing. When Barbara and I used to fear that the minute Melinda would disappear into one of these belfries. But she always came back.
No matter how hard I tried.
But it was her love of mountains which became paramount. The Welsh mountains, the Scottish Munros, which she completed, all of them in 1997, the Pyrenees, the Dolomites, the French Alps, the Swiss Alps, and most recently the Himalayas. And it was through her love of mountains that she first met Richard. In 40 years of teaching, I never had this problem. But she first met Richard. I've now got the peacock. And we say it's a match. If it wasn't made in heaven, at least it was made on some of the highest peaks. We're delighted to welcome Richard today into our family, together with Pat and Alan.
Thank you.
And we look forward to a long and happy friendship. I'm sure that Richard's best man, Mike, will have more to say about Richard this evening. I did say I was going to ring Pat about any skeletons, and Richard assured me that there were none, at least none that she knew about. Richard introduced me to the intricacies of the email and also the internet, for which I am very grateful, and he's always at the end of the telephone when things go pear-shaped. If you know about the internet, it happens quite often. Now at this point, I had hoped to give a rendition of Perfect Day. Now the rain's gone, perhaps I could, but I don't know the words. I'm a bit rusty on the tune, and I've got a lousy singing voice, so I don't think I'll bother with that. But this is a perfect day, which Richard and Melinda will treasure for the whole of their married lives. And I'd ask you all to join me now in wishing the bride and groom a long and happy marriage, full of good health, full of good luck and prosperity. So, ladies and gentlemen,
Melinda and Richard.
thank you. I have one more thing. Pete, the photographer, has threatened me. He would like, while you're all together, if he could assemble you all for a group photograph. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Walker.
Hands out of pocket.
That was recommended.
We're not as bossy as you.
He's not bossy.
He was on his best. Yeah, he's on his best behaviour.
Oh, is it? It is, or it was?
Two.
Picture, isn't it? With a peacock behind as well.
Yeah.
Company who say, well, actually, we'd already thought of that one.
The guests returning to the hotel.
That's Richard's mum and dad, and her sister and husband.
And my sister and her husband.
Small bathroom. That's all one story.
There were 7 kids. Spiral
Come on, Dagley, give us your crack.
Get on with it, it's only 2. I'd just like to say a couple of your time before we let the cave bands get stuck in. It sounds like it's going to be right, like I said, it's great to see everybody here. It's a phenomenal number of people. The room seems enormous just now. It's nothing to do with wine either. Anyway, it's been a fantastic week. And I'm delighted to be part of it. So, ladies and gentlemen, committee members, friends, I'd like to wish Richard and Linda a long, happy journey ahead.
Especially doing that E3 this morning.
Well, first thing, should have seen my face when Linda walked into the castle. She was absolutely gorgeous.
Not smoothie container. That's Belinda's.
A few other people thank Mike for being my best man. And Mike, I think
Well done, Dagley, a big tat.
also would like to thank Pete for doing the photos. Pete, would you like to come here, please? I'd just like to make a special note to Tony for his painting, which is absolutely gorgeous. So thank you very much, Tony. Finally, parents. With Barbara and Keith. Please, Barbara.
I follow.
There you go. Nice. So, I'm picking you up the hands now, so
And we thought they were taking Richard off our
I think that's about it. But yeah, just thank you again for turning up. And the Curly band will need to get in here to set up. So, you will. So,
You got any size, mate?
Do the figures.
When are we going to bear witness?
It's good cake.
If you're in the Marks and Spencers and get at least a size smaller by tomorrow, yeah, you will notice, which does my shares no end of good, I have to tell you. You'll notice that I don't actually get into Marks and Spencers very often now. They fit anything. However, right, we're going to bring a partner on the floor and make a big circle going all the way around the dance floor. We would like to start a nice easy dance.
Sorry, I've got to go.
Oh, come on, you've got to come on.
Back again, 2 now. Top